Ladies Discourse. This is your girl, Taz,
And your girl, Sha.
and we're your hosts on TLD. I want to welcome everyone to our first podcast show. Before we get into our topic today, let us tell you who we are. I go by the name Taz. I enjoy good conversations that are not just one-sided or viewed only in black and white. I'm pretty open-minded and well-versed in things I've experienced. I'm a creative person that likes to invent things, so call me analytical. I'm very passionate about things that are very near and dear to me. I am helpful and caring, and I believe in being fair. Topics that we choose to discuss will be things that are interesting to us or topics we would like to know more about. Take it from here, Sharon.
Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I have an MBA with a concentration in health services. I enjoy the outdoors and nature. Walking is my go-to exercise, and I enjoy a little Pilates for the challenge. I consider myself a wannabe vegan. I eat mostly plant-based, but I do eat meat, seafood, and dairy occasionally. So I'm looking forward to sharing our experiences with you.
All right. Well, today's topic is on healthy living. What is healthy living? Some say healthy living is making choices that result in a healthy mind, body, and soul. What do you think, Sha?
I agree with that. I think a lot of times we just look at it from the aspect of eating a certain way or exercising, but like you just said, it's your mind also, keeping your mind healthy, keeping people around you that are going to lift you up and build you up, and also your spirit. So it's multiple things that contribute to having a healthy lifestyle.
I agree. All right. Let us know in the comments your thoughts and your definition of healthy living. Okay, we're going to proceed on with some questions. Do you think following a regimen helps for you to stay on course, Sha?
Absolutely. Having a regimen just takes the guesswork out of it. Like when you get up in the morning, if you already know what you're going to eat and have something that's selected that's healthy, it makes you not grab that unhealthy thing. And
Okay.
it's been studies that show that people that eat the same breakfast, similar breakfast each day, a lot of times they're able to control their weight. So, yes, I think having a
Interesting.
regimen and also just having a regimen and having it in your mind what you're going to do. If you know,
Right.
okay, I want to work out 4 days a week. And to do that, you may say, okay, I'm going to start the first day of the week so I know I will get my 4 days in. And just that will keep you focused on what your goal is.
Right,
So,
right. Just stay in the course. I think
yeah.
it's very important. I know it gets a little chaotic, so I think I would definitely have to have a regimen, just to keep me on track.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, was there a particular reason why you started, this healthy living journey?
Yes, I'll say unfortunately, yes. And
Okay.
the reason I started this healthy journey was I was diagnosed with having fibroids.
Okay.
And my gynecologist said, "Oh, you need to get a hysterectomy." And I was like, "Oh no." I just burst out into tears because that wasn't my desire. I didn't have any children when she told me that. And that's just something I didn't want to do. So
Wow.
I was like, well, what can I do besides getting a hysterectomy? Once I said that, she said, no, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it trying to console me. But so that made me look for natural alternatives to try to control my fibroids. Taj, you led me to the work of Queen Afua, and her book, she has a couple of books that are excellent, but I will say that she leans towards a vegan lifestyle, which
Mm-hmm.
for me it worked, but it was very difficult to follow it. But it did work.
Right, right, right. I
Yeah.
think she has some awesome work, and that book is truth. Oh man, well that's kind of unfortunate, but hey, whatever's gonna help, us keep going on, with this body, we have to do what we need to do in order to move forward. So I'm glad you're at a better space and place with that,
Hmm.
and you're
Yes.
still on your journey.
Yep.
Okay, have you noticed a difference? Like since you've been on this healthy journey. I mean, is there some things that you can kind of share, like?
Oh, yes. There's a few things that I notice a difference in. When I exercise consistently, my body feels better. Like,
Right,
sometimes I get off track. Just say I may go out of town. So before I go, and then when I get back, I may not be exercising. And
right,
then for whatever reason, I may start to get aches in my legs or just don't feel 100%. But when I'm walking consistently, exercising consistently, my body feels so much better. Also, eating a certain way, when I eat mainly plant based, I have more regular bowel movements.
mm,
It's not too TMI to have multiple bowel movements in a day, just from eating the way I feel is best for my body.
yeah. A lot of
And
people don't talk about that. Excuse me, to cut you off. A lot of people don't talk about that, but that's good to know because that's also important. People don't realize, but a regular bowel movement shows the state of health that you're in. So,
hmm
good point.
yeah, that's very important. And two, eating the way I do allows me to easily maintain my weight. I don't
Okay.
really have to worry about gaining weight the way I eat. Sometimes I have to like make sure like, ooh, let me weigh myself. I might need to eat a little bit more tomorrow to make
Right.
sure that I'm keeping some weight on me. So
Right.
it's very easy for me to regulate my weight eating the way I
Right.
do.
And I think that's a plus. When you're eating better, you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm putting all these extra pounds because when you got the right foods, your body's gonna, display that differently.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
definitely agree.
So just was going to ask you, what do you do to try to maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle?
Well, currently, I'm not maintaining a healthy diet or a lifestyle. I'm not saying I eat badly. I'm not saying I'm living recklessly. I'm just not consistent. Listen, I know how important it is, and I've done it throughout the years. I just need to make it a lifestyle.
Hmm. Hmm.
Shy, I know you've been on this journey for a while, so I may need you as a partner to help me to be more consistent.
Oh, I definitely could help you with that. Definitely just doing check-ins, and maybe we could do some things together. One thing I was thinking about, remember when we did the juicing thing
Right,
where we were just doing basically a juice fast. We haven't done that in a long time. Maybe doing
right.
that again.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
or
And
just
the good thing, well, excuse me, the good thing about that is we could just be versatile with it. Some days we can do, the teas, and like you said, another time we could do the juicing. Another time it could be, yeah, I
hmm
think that'd be excellent.
yeah. And we don't necessarily have to do the fast. We can just say, okay, next week, let's just juice
Right,
and,
right.
get the benefits because juicing is definitely beneficial.
Oh,
It's
absolutely,
on a whole nother
absolutely.
level.
It is. I don't. It really is. And I think it's like anything. It gets straight to the bloodstream. You know what I mean? It goes
Hmm.
straight there. Versus it has to break down and digest. No, when you juicing,
Hmm.
it's going right there directly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good. Let's
yeah,
see.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I
What?
know. Like I said, I gotta maintain. I do have to maintain, but until I can get to that, to make it my lifestyle, it's just gonna be kind of up and down with me. But I'm looking to get on that journey for sure.
Mhm. Why do you think it's so difficult for people to eat healthy? I was just looking at some of the statistics, and it says that 69% of Americans are overweight. And that number is just like alarming. What do you think is hindering Americans from maintaining a healthy diet?
Well, I don't know if it's difficult or if that is even a word for it. I think it's more so a mindset. I think you have to want to eat healthy and you have to not just understand it, but understand it, which is a knowing from within. You know, that it's important to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
When you have that mindset on eating healthy and you set yourself up and put things in place to aid you, then it won't seem so difficult, in my opinion.
That's true. Yeah, you have to really set yourself up and plan it. Get
Right.
your grocery list out.
Yes.
Decide what you're going to cook for the next week instead of just it's Monday and you don't know what you're going to eat. So
Right.
having a plan definitely works. Back to
Right.
what I was saying about the regimen.
Right. Right. Yeah. And like I said, I don't think it can be difficult when, like you said, you're not set up, when you're not, planning and prepping. But when you have it, you know, set out in stone and you know what you're doing or you have your menu, it should become second nature.
Hmm. And I guess to have it in your mind what your why is.
Right.
Like when you do have a health crisis or challenge,
Right.
that can give you your why.
Right.
Or whatever your reason, or somebody just may say, I want to feel physically better. Having your
Right.
why in your mind might help one stay focused.
Well, that's why I said it's a mindset, and I don't think we should have to wait until we experience those um, moments where we're not that well or our body is at dis-ease. You know what I mean? We should really
Mm-hmm.
have to wait to that time. We should be kind of proactive and say, you know what, this is what our body, this is how we're supposed to take care of our body, and this is what we should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guilty of not doing it, so it's easier said than done. But
I think we all are guilty at one
right,
point or another, but we just fall off and get back on and try to do better.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you notice like a big difference when you exercise consistently? I know you were doing walking recently, you were walking regularly. Did you notice a big difference when you were
Oh,
doing that?
absolutely. I was trying to do I was doing 4 miles every day.
Wow.
And I just kind of fell off. I started not feeling that well, and it went on a spiral on down from there, and I just kind of stopped. But I mean, for someone who wasn't consistent in doing these, the walking or the exercising, it's like as soon as I did it, it became like second nature to me,
Mhm.
and I felt great.
Wow,
Um,
that's good.
yeah, I had more energy. I felt happy. Um, I just felt like I could tackle more things and it even gave me a boost of motivation. I know that may sound a little awkward, but it's like it gave me some motivation. It gave me a will to want to, maybe clean up or,
Mm,
just do things that maybe I was lagging on,
right.
I think that's very, very, very interesting. The way it makes you feel. I want to say,
Mhm.
let's give a round of applause to the dopamine. I mean, the
Okay.
feeling that it gives you is awesome.
It
I
is.
need let's bottle that up. Maybe they do have a drug, but I need it because when you get those things moving around in your brain and it starts sending off them signals, it really take you to a good space. I
Mhm.
think more people, that suffer with depression and stuff like that, just walking, just if they did nothing else, it will make a big difference in their lives.
Yeah, and not even, I mean, walking 4 miles, that was great. But for someone that maybe hasn't exercised in a long time, just if they walked out their house, maybe
That's
walk
it.
10 minutes one way and then turn
Hmm.
around and come back, you'd be
Hmm.
amazed at how that makes you feel, especially with spring coming.
Right.
And the sun just gives you energy anyway. So yeah, it'd be good, for individuals that are not in that mode, to get in that mode, and it's very easy to do. Walking is something that doesn't cost you anything. Hopefully, you already
Yep.
got some comfortable shoes to walk in, and you could
Right.
start from there.
Right. Right. And even for those that are not able, to physically walk, um, just depending on, the disability, it's things you could do within the house, just cycling your legs in the air or just,
Mhm.
moving your legs around, just something to get, the body moving and flowing,
Mhm.
can make a difference, so it's just not limited because I know everybody's not able, but, you just have to find what works for you, given your
Right.
situation.
That's true. Yeah. And I know you were doing massages at one time. Do you think that contributes to a healthy lifestyle?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That's gonna be my word, absolutely. So bear with me with that. But yes, I was just saying that I need to get one going here pretty soon. I was
Mhm.
trying to get them a couple of times a month, and then it just went down to like monthly. But you'd be surprised the added, well, let me say what I say. It adds something to you. That's another perk to me for the body.
Mhm.
We don't think about it, but our body gets so, with the tension and the stress, or maybe, if you're sitting down in a chair all day, just, your posture, a
Mhm.
lot of things wear and tear on the body. And
Bro.
through massages, it helps alleviate a lot of that.
Mhm.
And that also makes you feel great as well. So yeah, I mean, I will encourage others to do it as well as you. If you haven't been getting them regularly.
Yeah, I think you encouraged me to go ahead and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to make an appointment to go ahead and get one. I was just looking up some of the benefits of massages, and
Mm-hmm.
it says it reduces stress, it
Mm-hmm.
increases relaxation, reduces pain in your muscle and soreness and tension,
Yeah.
improves the circulation in your body, gives you energy, alertness. It
Yeah.
lowers your heart rate and blood pressure and improve your immune function. So those are some great benefits to
Absolutely.
basically just lay there and be
Be
pampered.
pampered, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, but it's worth every penny. And like I said again, like how you just mentioned the benefits. Now, why wouldn't we want stuff like that for our bodies? And
Yeah.
it does make you feel great. So let's have at it. Let's get it going. Like I said, our body. We're gonna get one. We only get one body. We
That's it.
have to take care of it as much as
Hmm.
possible, or within our power. If we can.
Yeah.
And
And Taz, I'm on day 3 of the detox that I'm doing,
how is that
and
going?
it's going good today. It was a little I felt a little tired. I don't usually feel tired during the day, but that is one of the side effects. You may feel fatigue, but just to let y'all know, I'm doing a 14-day detox. Each morning, I have to start with, I have 2 teas, each of them are 32 ounces, and I have to drink those. And then I could eat basically fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And this is supposed to help clean out your body, it's supposed to reset your palate so that you're not craving the sugars and starches and things like that. So, today was a little challenging in day 2, but I'll
Yeah.
see how tomorrow is going to be. Maybe I'll go to bed a little bit earlier tonight.
I wonder what's giving you the fatigue. Are you drinking enough water? Maybe you need to push them
You,
toxins.
yeah, you know what? I said I was gonna drink some more water. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that. Thanks for the reminder. As soon as we
Yeah.
finish, I'm gonna go ahead and get me some more water.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting that they give you fatigue, but
That
I
is
would
one of the
definitely.
side effects. But
Okay.
and they do tell you to make sure you drink a lot of water.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
that probably will kind of push some of that stuff out because it's probably the toxins. All that stuff start getting moving around, and
Hmm.
so wow, well you go, girl. We're gonna see if that skin be looking flawless.
For the spring, gotta be ready for
Hey,
the spring.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. What else do we have? Um, I know we was talking about the hindrance with maintaining. I guess I kind of wanted to talk about that. I know it was, I think what was that question that you had?
Mm.
Um, it was I think about the difficulties
Oh,
of maintaining.
what makes it hard for people to eat healthy?
Right, right, right. Um, I think we covered that one, but I think it was. I say, what do you think is hindering Americans from maintaining a healthy weight?
Yeah. Before you were talking about the meal portions.
Right, right, right. Well, you know what I think it's a number of reasons why we as Americans are struggling with our weight. Meal portions definitely are huge. We eat to live, right? No,
Hmm.
excuse me. We don't
We
eat
should.
to live, right? Well, yeah, yeah. We don't eat to live, but we live to eat. Is what
Right.
we're doing. We have the convenience of fast food, then the poor quality of food, and let's not forget the lack of exercise.
Hmm.
So, in my opinion, and our food just not what it used to be. I mean, we consume more dead foods than we consume alive foods.
Right.
And then when you're in a grocery store and you really, really look around, there's more processed food than there's fresh food. So it's like
Way more.
way
They
more.
have
And
1 hour of the live food, with the
and
fruits
that's
and vegetables.
it.
That all those other hours are not.
Process, right.
But
It's kind of scary and it's kind of depressing. So, it even gets to the point where I dread going to the grocery store. And I don't know whether it's just because now I'm a little more aware, but it's almost like what am I doing? What am I buying? What am I eating? It gets
Mhm.
it's a little anxiety for me there when it comes to that. But
Yeah.
um just
The
looking at mhm.
the more aware you get, the more you're apprehensive about intaking certain things. When you're not aware, it's no big deal. But once you become
Right.
aware, it's like, oh God, should I eat this?
Right. And then, like I said, when like I said, just think about it. The next time you go to the grocery store, everybody, just look around and just observe the lack of fresh fruits that are in our grocery stores. That
Mhm.
in itself
Mhm.
speaks volumes. So pay
Mhm.
attention to that the next time you go and just think about what we're putting in our bodies.
Yes.
Um, a few years back, a well-known guru started a campaign to save the soil. He stated that in the next 30 years or so, our soil will not be producing crops due to the lack of minerals and vitamins that was once found in soil.
Mm.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Think about it. We're not getting the proper nutrients from our fruits and vegetables. Our bodies start to show it, plain and simple. I mean,
Mhm.
so when you're talking about why can't we? Well, those are some of the reasons why.
Yeah.
Convenience, meal portions. I'm gonna say again, and then we're just not eating things that is gonna help our bodies stay lean and fit, even if we didn't even necessarily do the exercise. It's just like when you're putting the better things in your body. I don't even know. Not to say that you will have to take out exercise, but it may not even be that much, as needed, should I say. You know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
because you already kind of be lean and so on and so on. But I
Yeah.
think we have to because most of the food that we're putting in our body is processed and our body is trying to process it, you know?
Mhm. And it's kind of
So
foreign to it. It doesn't know what to do with it.
right.
So that leads
Yes.
to the overweight
Right.
and the stomachs and stuff.
Yeah. You're you're right. You're right. And it's sad, it really is because we should have more healthy foods or um just even thinking about the soil, when they, taking out the sulfur. I read an article probably sometime last year, or maybe 2 years ago. And when I read that guru's, information about him trying to save the soil, and it just kind of had me looking up different things. And I want to say that I came across an article and I was trying to find it. So um what am I trying to say? It was talking about the soil then, and I don't know whether they mentioned a president. I don't remember what president, so I don't want to say, anyone name in particular because I can't really remember. I couldn't find an article, but it was stating how back then they started taking the sulfur out of the soil, and people don't realize how important sulfur is.
Mm.
Just like with the
Why would
weeds that,
I wonder why
well,
they were taking it out?
you got
We
to
have to
remember,
look it up.
and that's why I said I couldn't really remember. No, I remember some of it, but the main reason was, like I said again, it was to probably what we got going on right now, the lack of nutrients.
Mhm.
You got to remember,
Mhm.
they do things ahead of time for a bigger reason or a bigger gain in their pocket. That's just how I look at it.
Mhm.
um and they started taking it out, and then they started pretty much selling it. So when you go into your local stores to take care of your yard, you have to buy that stuff, you know what I mean? Or you having the guys treat your yard. That's some of the things that they're using on your lawn. So it's interesting how they
Oh,
pull it out just to put it back. It doesn't even make
Mm.
sense.
wow.
But yeah, but even with the weeds that pop up in your yard, I mean, just kind of, it's not off topic, but it's kind of the same thing based off of just this whole soil and why we're not getting some of the things that we need. um I learned that the weeds that pop up in your yard, like the dandelion and the alfalfas and all these different things that you see, um have you know medical
Th-
purposes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
And going back to the whole sulfur thing, but now they have these companies that come out here and destroy them because it doesn't look appealing in the yard. So again, taken away from the soil, which equates to, like I said, how our crops are going to grow, which in turn is going to give us the nutrients and vitamins that we need. All these things play a part, and we
Mhm.
don't realize it until we realize. And then sometimes it becomes too late. Like he said, in the next 30 years, like, that's scary. But I kind of feel like we're there now with the so-called cloning of the fruit. So who knows?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Me
And I think, like, could I grow my own vegetables? I don't really
too.
have, maybe the side of my house I could. I would have to probably cut down some trees and maybe I could do it, but that's just so
Hmm.
not me. That's just, but it may have to become me. I don't know. That may
Right.
it may become a necessity.
Right. And even if for nothing else, I just think that's something you at least need to kind of put more so in the forefront, just because of where things are. And
Mhm.
all these natural disasters, and like, I mean, just think about the whole what COVID did. A lot of stuff
Oh
couldn't even
boy.
get to us. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
a lot of stuff went bad. So we have to get a little more proactive with paying attention to stuff like that, because if we don't have food to eat, then what happens? And
Right.
and we got to maintain this body. So yeah, I think gardening and stuff like that is almost becoming mandatory, or at least knowing how to do it, or knowing a little something about it.
Yeah. And people grow stuff in pots. I see
Hmm.
someone on Instagram, she has kale and, different
Right.
stuff on her deck in pots. So you don't
Right.
necessarily have to have a yard to do it.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
people are
start
doing all kind
small
of things. Absolutely.
with
Listen,
some
you could just
herbs.
do windowsill. Right. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's where I want to go with it. I have a little yard, but I definitely wanted to do the herbs. Because I figure that's the quickest, the easiest, and you get a little happy when you see, oh my God, it's sprouted,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then just graduate from there. But we have to start somewhere, and we just have to get knowledgeable about these things, because it's I feel it's going to be important here pretty soon,
Mhm.
It
if
is.
it's not already. um Going back to the about the healthy living, I was just reading, according to the CDC, they were saying brain health and physical health is very important, especially when we age. The CDC noticed that some people that have more than one chronic condition or health condition were more likely to report worsening, resulting in memory loss, confusion, and etc. So we know what that's about. All this dementia and
Mhm.
Alzheimer's and so on
Seems
and
like
so
it's an
forth.
epidemic. You hear
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
people that have that now.
Right, right. And again, if we're not getting what we need, it's maybe our brain is starving. You get what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
vitamins, the nutrients. You never know. All this
Right.
stuff you don't know until it becomes a thing. So I think they definitely should look into that more. So I was speaking to a guy in his mid 30s who's into healthy living, and I asked him, what is healthy living? What does healthy living means to him? And he stated longevity, self-care, and happiness. I was like, wow. I asked him if he could elaborate a little bit more on that. And he went on to say, self-care resembles taking care of someone mentality. Oh, excuse me. He was saying taking care of self is more so mentally, physically, and spiritually, good for the body. He felt like it worked hand in hand in his life. He went on to say when he have a healthy balance in those important areas of his life, it sets a foundation on building happiness in one's life. He also noticed that those who have been on their healthy journey and have felt happy within it will never turn down the chance to feel confident, strong, youthful, or energetic.
Mm.
He states, without these basic principles, sickness and disease will come in to steal all the good things our body truly yearns for. I thought that was very interesting, and he said a mouthful.
Yeah, he did say a mouthful. And it kind of makes it sound like if you are living a healthy lifestyle, that allow you to blossom to where you
Right,
should go.
right. That's exactly what
Yeah.
I got from that. It like to me, it's like you become whole. It's like you cannot
Mhm.
neglect that. Everything, like you said, everything goes hand in hand, and I could believe that. Because we talked about that earlier. It makes you feel good. Like we talked about the dopamine. It's just like it gets those happy feelings going off.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, I feel like I'm young again, and I feel like I can just flip and flop, and just whatever. And so yeah, and then like I said, spiritually, it could which I think is very important. No one really elaborates too much on that, besides the ones that are in that space. But it definitely helps you become one with yourself.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. Well, we had a great talk today. To summarize, we had discussed a number of things that can contribute to healthy living. Some of the things we touched on was exercising, having a healthy diet, detoxing, getting massages. Hopefully, this discussion will motivate you to add something new to your routine that will improve your health. It could be something as small as drinking an extra glass of water each day and then increasing that. Or, like I mentioned earlier, just walking 10 minutes one way and like during your break at from work. Or, like Sheba said, just moving around, just getting your blood flowing in the house. So, share with us in the comments what you think you might do to start living an even healthier life. You want
Right.
to add anything to that, Ties?
No, I think you said it all. I just think we would definitely want to hear from you guys. What you guys are doing out there. Give us some ideas, maybe even things that we haven't touched bases on. Maybe just maybe you give us some recipes,
Hmm.
some juices, or even some exercises. Just kind of just let us know what you guys are doing out there. What's considered healthy living for you, and
Yeah.
how you go about doing it.
Yeah.
Well, like Shaw said, that concludes our show for today.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Until next time, stay healthy.